If you're hosting a Cisco Webex meeting or have been granted the rights to do so, you have the ability to share content with any of the attendees that are in your meeting. And by sharing content, I mean anything digital that is open on your computer or that you have access to can be shared with other users. And I'm going to show you some of the different features that are available when you are sharing. So when you're in a Webex meeting, and right now I am in a Webex meeting using the desktop application, it's the full application on a PC. And if I come down over here to share and I click share, you're going to see a number of different options pop up. If the share button is grayed out and not available, that means you do not have the rights to share anything on your screen, and you would need to contact the host in order to be granted those rights. So you can see here at the very top of my share screen, it says screen 1. I'm going to go back to that in a second. Below that, you're going to see a number of the other different options, and these are all things that I currently have open on my computer. A good rule of thumb is when you're planning on sharing something during a Webex meeting is to open up the content that you plan on sharing and also make sure that anything personal that you don't want accidentally shared to be closed. Then you're going to take a look and scroll down, and you will see some other different options that you can use during a meeting in terms of whiteboard, other applications that you can share. I'm going to scroll back up over here and go back over to screen 1. Screen 1 will allow you to share anything on your computer without having to stop sharing and then choose a different application to share. So what I mean by that is, if I were to share this particular screen or this particular one, let's say, and I just chose this Word document to share, my viewers would be able to see it, but if I quickly toggled over to, let's say, a PowerPoint that I had open, they would not be able to see it because I am only sharing a Word document. Whereas if I choose screen 1, this will allow me to easily toggle back and forth with everything that I have open without having to stop sharing and then choose a different application, stop sharing and then choose a different application. That's why it's very important to close out of anything that's personal on your computer. One other thing to note is if you are planning on sharing something like a video, a YouTube video, a Vimeo video, before you actually select, let's say that this is a YouTube video that I have open, before you actually select it, there is an option out here that you need to change so that your attendees are going to be able to see the video clearly and also be able to hear the audio. So by default, right now, anything that I share is optimized for text and images, but if you are planning on to show something that has motion in it like a video, you need to change this option, and this option should already be preset, but you want to share your computer audio, otherwise the people on the other end are not going to be able to hear the content of that video. I'm not planning on doing that right now, so I'm just going to click back over Optimize for Text and Images, and I'm going to select Screen 1 so that I can toggle back and forth between everything that I have open and that I plan to share. So you can see here I'm now in sharing mode, and there's a toolbar that will appear at the top of your computer that will give you some controls as to what you are sharing and some other things that you can do with whatever you're sharing, such as annotations, and there's a few other options over here that you can do. But because I chose screen 1, now I have something else open on my computer that I can click on, and anybody who is in my meeting now would be able to see this because this is something again that I had open and I chose screen 1, which allows me to go back and forth. You will notice when you move your cursor away from this top menu over here for your Webex meeting, it will sort of hide itself so that in full view you can see all of the different tools that you have available to you within whatever application you're currently sharing. When you're done sharing, all you need to do is bring your mouse up to the top so that this toolbar appears again, and then you're going to click on Stop Sharing. And that is going to bring you back over to the main page of your Webex meeting where you'll be able to see your attendees, and your attendees will be able to see you, assuming your video is on. And that's just a quick overview of how to share in a Cisco Webex meeting.